I see that we are not dead. Well done, Chad. I knew I was right in trusting you. Oh, good night, Bowtie Biffer. Have a good sleep, mate. Oh. That'll keep me going for a few more hours. Alright then. Now, I do believe that I promised everyone a trip. Have we got everything we need? We don't need the cultivator. That can stay. I think we've more or less got everything else we need. I should top up my weapons, though. And I kind of feel that if I'm going somewhere brand new, I should bring along something much stronger. Ooh, where are we going? We're looking for a swamp. Hello, Bentham. How you doing, mate? Have you been here long? If not, then I can show you what we've been building. If so, then I guess I won't. I won't need to. I do like how this area looks. There's something nice about it, I think. Indeed, a swamp. Are we taking the hobbits to Isengard? Yes. Okay, so my old crafting station is now gone. We've extended the palisade, though I need to extend it much, much more. The bees now live over here in this nice little grassy patch. We've got twice as many kilns and foundries and, smelters. But this is what's happened to the crafting area. So here's all the crafting gubbins over here. There's room for another station, and if need be, I can probably squeeze more in. If I absolutely need to. We'll see. We'll see. A little central fire pit, just to cast a nice glow of an evening, really. And over here, storage. I've been here on and off. I did see the beautiful new store. Marvellous. The Gubbins Grotto. I'm actually reasonably happy with this. Okay. Time for us to make a move, I think. Hanging around is not going to do us any good. We're as set as we can be for where we're off to. Brilliant idea with the stacking of the chest. Definitely stealing that idea. Oh, you're more than welcome. I've learned my lesson about telling people that they're free to take it, and thus it's not theft. Apparently, stealing is part of the fun. So, by all means, you may not take my idea. No, no. I am powerless to stop you, ultimately, but I will be most perturbed should I see you employing these same techniques in your own builds. Etc. 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 Right. Let's go ahead and yoink my portal. Come with me, portal. We're going on an adventure. Right. This boat has been here for a long time. I could do a bit of copper mining before I go, though. I need more bronze, to be fair. I could gather 60 copper. If I do that, I'm not going to have enough to enough room to bring anything else along. I think no. We'll do mining another time. I've done mining plenty. We'll come back another time. All right. Well, I guess we'll follow around. No. Tiny bit of speed. Thank you. Oh, these are unsettled waves. Now let's go. Gonna follow the shoreline. Looks like an eclipse. Is that an eclipse or is it just a cloud? I think it's a cloud, actually. We'll follow in this direction. May as well. One way is as good as another, really. Not liking the choppy water, though. This is serpent weather. It's serpent water. As much as I do enjoy eating those things, I'm fairly certain that the last time I killed one, I was very lucky. Oh hey, Aavak is also playing this. Good. How far have you gotten so far? I have killed the second boss. I've spent an inordinate amount of my time building. And I regret nothing. Okay, yeah, I can't see where the rocks are anymore. Okay, there we are. Right in front of me. Oh, not good times. The only biomes I'm aware of so far are the Black Forest and the Meadow. I have seen no other biomes yet. So please avoid spoilers on anything I might encounter in them. We will get there. Oh, I've also seen the mountains, but I went up there and then it told me I was freezing to death, so I left. I feel this was a reasonable course of action I've taken. Personally. We're going to stick fairly close to the coastline here. I'm not sure why we got attacked by a serpent, but I'm pretty positive that we were probably in the ocean biome. I think we've touched on the ocean biome before, and I'm pretty certain that was why. Setting out to explore in the middle of the night. What could go wrong? What could go right? Imagine all the sights that we shall see. Cast in silvery lunar glow. Oh, this looks like a meadow because of the trees. Interesting. That is not part of the newbie island. Nevertheless, we're going to stick to this one. I would like to kind of explore the coasts of each land. Or each island. A little bit more fully than I have been. Oops, they're not near enough wind yet. Invisibility in Uncharted World is totally overrated. I'm glad that we're on the same page, champ. I'm not glad that I'm cold, though. That part I'm less glad about. Looks like the waters have calmed, though. Somewhat. Not completely calm, but they're getting calmer. I'm mostly looking for different tree types at the moment. There's a brute over there. I definitely feel that we're seeing more stronger grey dwarves than than could be put down to the simple fact of I'm in certain biomes here and there. And the water is unhappy again. So I do wonder if there is some degree of, well, you're more advanced now, so we're going to throw things at you. Is that a smashed ship? Did the vessel run aground over there? No, it's a rock. What the? Well, it's not a Reaper, it doesn't have a scythe. What? I disapprove. I think I can't tell because they vanished, but I believe I disapprove. On the plus side, it was, to be honest, it was kind of cool. I believe that is a starred neck, so check it out. A bit of extra food. Next time we stop somewhere, I can put down a campfire, get a bit of grub. More fun to watch the sky during lightning storms. Oh, I suspect I know why. I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but in while I was some of you have seen my little solo off-camera game. I barely play it. I just booted up at one point just to see what kind of house I could make quickly with a fresh character, and I'm quite happy with the house I made. And in fact, a lot of the designs that I used, or the prettification on the most recent build, came from that. Like the layering, the angled supports to create kind of like a lattice and stuff like that. However, while I was doing that, and at one point I was gathering some wood, it started having a lightning storm. At one point, a lightning caught my attention. And then a lot of lightning caught my attention. I looked up and I happened to see something. I've been waiting to possibly show that to you on camera. And I keep looking up at the sky during lightning storms, but I haven't yet espied it, sadly. Hopefully, though, we will catch one. Or catch a lightning storm at some point, and I can show you what I saw, because it was actually pretty amazing. I'm not gonna lie. Murder of Phoenixes. If you're referring to the character we saw there, my guess is Odin, based only on the fact that it's a cloaked figure with a staff. And the only reason I would guess that is because that was heavily implied when I played Expedition Vikings. The old geezer with the raggedy cloak and the staff, apparently that was one of Odin's favoured forms, one of his aspects. So that's why I mentioned, I'm putting 2 and 2 together, and I'm adding 3 and carrying the 1, and so on and so forth. Actually, there would be no 1 in that formula, but you know what I mean. Given that you're making a big deal out of it, that's increasing my suspicion that my guess was right. You gotta be careful what you say. Yeah, Gandalf is an Odin avatar. I have been told by quite a few people from Norway, actually. So I'm like, I'll take it on your authority. Maybe he disapproves of my lack of progress, possible. Or he might be encouraging me forward. But yeah, I learned a lot about Norse mythology from Expedition Vikings. Like, well, I say a lot. I learned more about the myth. Well, I mean, I had classical studies, so there was a fair bit of Norse mythology that was covered in there. But I guess the kind of broad strokes, same with Greek mythology, Roman mythology, kind of, it's the same thing. They're not really the same, but the similarities are rather striking. No, there was quite a lot of things that people in the comments keyed me in on, and one of them was the Odin aspect. So the kind of like the old wanderer aspect of Odin. I wasn't aware of that at all up until then. I was theory crafting because there was this old guy who would show up in dreams and things, and quite a few people actually. Again, I seem to have a disproportionately large amount of Norwegian viewers. They helped draw back the veil of ignorance. It was actually really cool playing that game. I hope to finish it one day. Aavak, boat has a sail, remember? Oh, that's right. I'm so used to the wind blowing against me, I barely use it. Thank you very much for the reminder. Because for now, we are actually going in a direction where the wind wants to take us. No, it's fair to say they're pretty much the same. Aavak, they only bothered to change a few of the gods' names in there. I don't want to cast shade on anyone for their cultural beliefs. But yeah, the similarities are rather striking. Hello, True. Got snow? Might be. I love how long your streams are, Aavak. Had to leave for several hours and still welcome back. Oh dear. The seas are getting angry. Let's keep close to the shore. Though, we do know how to deal with the serpents. Assuming it wasn't a fluke the last time. Looks like that's a meadow over there. Good night, Aavak. Good luck sailing. Take care, not a rogue AI. Have a good one, mate. Try not to be accused of being a rogue AI. I hear that people get a little bit anxious about such things. Be a useful AI instead. Cure a few diseases. Solve the energy crisis, you know, build up a bit of goodwill, and then start making an army of simulacra. More of a priest AI than a rogue AI, then. Hey, you're funny, man. Yeah, indeed. Ooh. This is different. Ooh, this is different. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Do I want to be here? I've been told. Chat has already warned me. Okay, no. Ah, poop. Quickly, get over it whilst the wind is there. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay, chat. It's all right. My boat is fine. Just a little scuff, that's all. It's slow. Aavak, run, run. Okay, okay, things are exploding. I disapprove of things exploding. Oh dear. I see flying things and things exploding near them. I choose life. Hopefully I'm far enough far enough away from the coast for them to bother with me. Those things looked amazing. I wonder what delicious gnomes they're capable of making. The water has turned red. This is generally not a good sign. That is true. Looks like we're back to a meadows biome, though. I could just hop out around here, I guess. We're so far away. I could set up a little portal. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, not again. Not again. No. 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 Slow. 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 Ouch. Get away from my boat. Only I'm allowed to mess my boat up. Ah! No. That was a 2-star radio. Impressive. Can't reach the eye quite well. Not that I should really care about not being able to reach the eye. I mean, let's be honest. It's a great dwarf eye. I've got a bajillion of them. Alright, let me try and fix this. Actually, before I do, let me try and make sure that I haven't completely messed up my boat. What? Oh, it was carrying... No, it wasn't carrying fine wood. That's a lie. I was carrying fine wood. It's fine, chap. Let's make this area a little bit flatter, though. We are going to go back and check out the plains. But first, we require a pine tree. I mean, I set out in search of new biomes. I may have found the wrong one, but it's a thing. Also, I'm totally grabbing this thistle while I'm here. Sausages. Shh. Come on now, chat. There's advice in other spoilers. Precaution and the realization that there's a good chance I'm going to get absolutely blatted by going where I'm about to go is why I carry around a portal and why I've parked in a different biome prior to exploring. should do. Okay. Okay, right, let's go and drop off some things in our storage area. And then we're going to go and just poke our face into the... have I gone forward? Yes, I do. Fantastic. Into the plains biome. See if I can't grab a couple of things that will expand my knowledge of things I can... cook with, etc. I strongly suspect the moment I plink anything with one of my arrows, it's going to raffle stomp my face. But especially because unless it telegraphs its attacks, then I might have a chance. We'll have to see. But either way, I want some good food for this. Very nice with that. It's an excessive number of chests. It's fine. I am planning for the future. Though I did practically use a forest's worth of wood to make them all, so I perhaps appreciate that you may be right about it being a bit excessive. The entire future, apparently. Yes, of course. I'll give you a proper look at it. It's basically categorized, so there's a lot of wasted space. Simply because I don't want to have to be like, oh, did I put her in this chest? Did I squeeze her in this chest? Etc, etc. So, here's the Gubbins Grotto. Got minerals over here, so stone, flint, that sort of thing. Enemy stuff, Grey Dwarf eyes, so on and so forth. Bones. Animal stuff, so the different leathers, feathers, that sort of thing. Metal. Right now, it's just the bars, but eventually ores would go there too. Different places for the different types of wood, that sort of thing. Over here, various trophies, so on and so forth. I try to group them if they make sense to group them. Over here, different sort of like prepared goods. So stuff I've made, but which probably gets used, or that doesn't fit into everything else, but gets used to make different things. Fuel, so on and so forth. Yeah. Beehives. Crafting benches. All the gubbins, indeed. Is everything gubbins? Everything is gubbins. It's okay. The forest need not cry. I have rescued its children, and I will replant. A new forest will grow in its place. Funny man, always has been. Indeed. Ah, right then. You know what, I'm going to switch to my fire arrows. And then I'm going to run over fire. For extra burny arrows. Everyone knows that your fire arrows do more damage if you also are on fire. It's like the fire effect is multiplicative. You only do a fraction of the fire damage if you're cold. And just regular old standard amounts of fire damage if you're not on fire. You just happen to be there all smoldering but not actually ablaze. No, no, no. I think they just absolutely annihilated a bunch of... bunch of grey dwarfs. Have I only got you? Oh, you throw things. Black metal scraps. Huh. Alright. Nope. Oh! They hit like a truck. Not super tanky. I was expecting to be able to whip my shield up. When they went down to 3 arrows, I was like, yeah, probably not that worried. But, dear Lord. So, not super strong. No, not super tanky, but massive glass cannons. I wonder if the mosquitoes are the same thing. I was absolutely pulling out the shields to see if I could just deflect it, but if they're hitting for 60 damage, I can block some of it, but not all of it. Skeletons are wrecking the Grey Dwarves. Okay. Nope, massive miss. Massive miss. Bullseye. Dead. Okay, I given how much chat is worried about these things and how their nickname is Death Skeetos, I assume, once again, massive glass cannons. That's a miss. That was also a miss. I'm not going to advance until I've taken it out. Pop. We are going to advance cautiously. See, what did I tell you, Chad, about me not assuming I fail at anything unless I take swings at things that other people would shy away from? Everyone in chat is like, run away! Do not tempt fate! And here I am, it's like, it's fine. Oh, actually that hurt a little bit, but it's not enough for me to leave, though. Let's just poke the bear. Let's see what the bear does when I poke it. And the answer is, the bear dies. What are you? Cloudberries. Medium stamina. Okay. I like the idea. Okay. I've investigated. Shut the cowards forward for the glory of Wales. You know someone is trying to get me killed when they start to try and prey on my national pride. It's like, this is the only way I can make him do something stupid. But again, given how massively chat are super concerned about the mosquitoes, and that goblin hit me with the same sort of strength as an troll. So I've poked in. I've picked up some new materials. Death metal, etc., etc., etc. Black metal, we're going to move on. I can't take it with me. Oh, actually I can. I can pop it in the boat. We will see how this goes. I'm going to stick this in the boat for now. We've definitely got at least one thing that's interesting. One thing that's very interesting, actually. And that is the needles. Needle arrows. I really want to know what these are so badly. Well, in this area, I'm fairly safe. So let me just chop down another tree. It's a pine. I want a fir, so I'm not picking up coal wood. I also want to be left alone. Oh. It's a trail cave. I'm not going in there, so I'm just going to leave question mark. Really. Come on then. I honestly, you're all worried about me getting killed by a death ski. The thing that's going to kill me is my hubris. Every single time. It's about the only weakness an Aavak actually has. Himself. I barely sleep. I barely need to eat. But give me a moment where I'm like, well, I could just do this and it's going to be fine. Hubris will just sneak up and raffle stomp me into oblivion. And I'll let it do it. I'm practically enabling it. I am enabling it. By the very definition of hubris. Aavak, how do I learn to sleep less? Okay, I'm gonna answer you with a quote from Lawrence of Arabia. Putting out candles with his fingers, and just snuffing the flame, just pinching the flame between thumb and forefinger. One of the other characters was like, try to do it. Ah, well, show me the trick. He said, what do you mean? And he was like, well, it hurts. And he said, well, the trick is not minding that it hurts. That's how you sleep less. You learn to function with less sleep. There's no sneaky thing to it. You experience tiredness to the point that it becomes normal for you to be tired. And then you learn to function well while tired. I don't sleep less because I just decided one day, I was like, I want more time in my day. I sleep less because I suffer with sleep paralysis, basically night terrors. It's not fun. But, you know, you just make the best of a bad situation, really. Let's pop. There. Sneak you in? Yes, perfect. It's not much, but it's enough. Right. Okay, the reason why I built that is I want to look at what these needle arrows are. I need 4 of them. I need 2. Wow, I need a level 4? Wow. They're 3 times more dangerous than my current arrows. My lord. Yeah, I know myself well. I know my limits. Aavak, I appreciate that English is your second language and you still have an amazing vocabulary. Oh, thank you. That's really kind of you to say. That's really, really kind of you to say. It's really not painful. Your body is capable of doing some amazing things. You just... It's very comfortable not to have to push it. There are some things you shouldn't push it on. And there are some things that you can afford to a little bit. I would never encourage someone to... Well, I'd never encourage someone to live the way I do. It works for me. It's basically it. And that's usually my advice to anyone. Oh, there the cloud birds again. Whenever someone's asking questions like that, it's like, well, just do your best, I guess. You know, is this normal for you? Do what feels comfortable for you. Maybe push it a little bit. You know, explore the boundaries. Don't force yourself to do something that doesn't feel right. That your body's pretty well primed to tell you when things aren't right. The problem is it's also evolved for a world that we no longer live in, and that's I strongly suspect that's where a lot of overeating comes from. We're primed for periods of want and periods of plenty, and we've kind of gotten rid of the want part, and so now we just eat. It was a good survival strategy to gorge when you didn't necessarily know if more food was coming your way in the next few days. Not so good anymore. So I guess it's a bit of experimentation, trial and error. Work out the ways that you might be able to encourage and push the boundaries just a little bit, without it having, you know, drastically negative effects. Moderation is generally key. That's my biggest go-to bit of advice for anyone. Usually is moderation. That can usually be a good solution to almost any problem. Having you know, having problems with eating, well, just have moderate portion sizes instead. You know, if you can't like not eat all of the cookies, and I'm not throwing shade, it can genuinely be hard sometimes. You know, you've got a packet of biscuits right next to you, you're like, well, I'm just going to keep eating them. And you might not even think it. You're like, oh, this tastes nice. No, munch, watching a film or something. And then you look down and you're like, you're trying to feel around for a biscuit and you realize they're all gone. And you're like, well, how? It's just being aware. Just trying to be conscious of holding back, of moderating your consumption of more or less anything. Yeah, that can go in there. The cloudberry's coming with. Can I teach you some Welsh? 50 Dusky. Stress eating. Yeah, no, stress eating's a big thing. Not necessarily what I'm talking about here, though. I think most... Well, I say most. I think portion size is definitely a general problem. A lot of people will fill their plate with food and will eat the food that's in front of them. It is... And I suffer with this so hard. This is like one of the biggest problems in my personality. Like, I would say that this is like I don't know, an actual character flaw. And I can trace it back to where it came from. My parents, my mother specifically, very, without meaning to, with my best, with the best intentions, always encouraged me and rewarded me for never leaving any food. Never leaving any food on my plate. Always encouraged it. Always praised me. Heaped praise on me if I cleaned the plate. That translated to, in later life, me not being able to easily stop eating even when I was well past my limit. Like, I'm not hungry anymore. There's no part of me that's desiring food, but there's still food on my plate, so I will keep going until I physically can't fit any more in. That took me... We're probably talking on a scale of years. Once I identified that this was a problem, It took me years to deprogram that, and it's still there occasionally. If like I turn down food, I'm like, okay, I'm done. That was a lovely meal, blah blah blah. And someone's like, oh, go on, you know, have a little bit more. That is. I know no one means it, and like most people don't appreciate that. You know, this is a problem of mine because it is my problem. Why should they be aware of it? But that is like my kryptonite because it takes so much willpower to turn them down once they do that. It is so hard to say no. Magapok, I'm thankful that I was discouraged but not forbidden from cleaning my plate. Yeah, with me it was the opposite. And it's because my family was very poor. Food was not a guarantee. Or at least good food was not a guarantee. So my parents went to, you know, they would often not have in order for me and my brother to have. And that kind of translated into, you know, you're a growing boy, that sort of thing. And, you know, you should eat up. And to be fair, I was growing very quickly. I went through a massive growth spurt really early on. So, you know, it was just kept being encouraged. And it translated to a problem that I am probably going to live with for the rest of my life. I'm aware of it and I take steps to mitigate its effects. But it is always there. That is my demon, if you want to put it like that. Well, I think we're good to go back. Whether we continue poking... I don't think we're going to continue poking the bit. We're going to go on our journey. I want to find the swamps.